Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark has been named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year.
It's been interesting because since your article dropped, I gotta say, it has got all the buzz. If you are on X, if you're on Instagram, TikTok for the young kids.
Sheryl, I'll start with you. What's your reaction to Caitlin Clark winning Time Magazine Athlete of the Year?
I don't think I'm surprised. I'm curious to know who the other candidates were. My question is, like the criteria.
You know, your announcement for Athlete of the Year, like tremendous, incredible, positive feedback. That's what we've seen across the board. There's always going to be some negativity. And I feel like you have had to answer more questions than anybody about the intersectionality of race and gender and sexuality in sport, because of just who you are and you represent the growth of this thing. And even today, earlier today, Megyn Kelly, she was saying that you were apologizing for your white privilege and the fact that you wanted to uplift Black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine that they deserved. And I just want to know how you feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms when you have to deal with something that it's really not your problem. Like, I feel like it's them looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing Black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like, I try to just be real and authentic and, you know, share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. Like, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
You know that Caitlin Clark is the Time Athlete of the Year. How has your 24 hours been since the articles dropped?
It's been awesome, and just the reaction. Obviously, people so excited not only about women's basketball, but about women's sports. And I've grown up a huge women's sports fan, whether it was basketball, whether it was soccer, whether it was volleyball, you go down the list. Like, I grew up loving it and watching it. So it's pretty special. Like, it doesn't really feel real that I get to be here, but an amazing honor.
What are the things that have shaped you over the course of your first WNBA season, coming out of college and starting this professional career?
Well, it's been a crazy year. It's hard to think about. Like, I was basically just starting my senior year of college at this time last year. And then I graduated. I missed my college graduation, got drafted here in New York City, basically moved right to Indianapolis, and basically start like a whole new chapter of your life instantly, and you don't really have much time to adjust. But lucky enough, I had a really great support system and family around, and I'm from the Midwest, so didn't take me too long. But this past year has just been amazing, and it's fun to reflect back and think about all the amazing things that I was able to accomplish and the people that I got to do it with. I think that's what's made it so special. Is I've had my family with me the whole time, my friends, amazing teammates, amazing coaches, and it wouldn't be possible without all of them. So just really fortunate.
Caitlin is like one of the most humble people I know, because like when I tell you she's changed the game, we have the Atlanta Dream is the hometown team in Georgia. They usually play in an arena about 6,000 people. When Caitlin Clark came to town, they moved them to where the Atlanta Hawks play, which is like 20,000 people. It sold out because she was playing there. The number of Indiana Fever fans I saw and young girls and the way they were lighting up, I mean, you have represented something so special for the sport, but you've drawn eyes to a game that you've always grown up loving. What does that mean to you?
You know, it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around, because I'm so focused and so competitive, and I love the game. I love playing. I love being in front of the fans. But over the course of probably the last two and a half years, it's all kind of changed where, you know, it's hard to get a ticket whether we're at home or whether we're on the road. And I don't want to say it's something you get used to, because this hasn't been normal for women's sports, but it's becoming normal, and it's becoming what's going to happen for not only women's basketball, but every women's sport. It's going to be hard to get a ticket. It's special to see those young girls and those young boys that bring signs or are with their mom or dad or are with their friends. Like, that's a memory that they're going to share for forever. I remember my first WNBA game, one of the best memories of my childhood, and I think very influential in wanting to be a professional basketball player, wanting to be a great person, having those people to look up to and want to be like one day. So I just try to embody that every single day, and I feel like I have good perspective on, like, basketball isn't my everything. Like, yeah, I love it and I get to do it, and given me a lot of really great opportunities, but at the same time, you know, win or loss, I feel like I try to be the same person.
We've also seen like a boom in investment. You know, shout out Lisa, you want to come invest in the WNBA? We got you, girl. We can hook you up.
She wants to buy a team. Woo!
Yeah, come on through. Come on, girl. But why do you see that happening, one? But why do you think it's a good investment, two?
Well, I mean, I think just from the numbers standpoint and the stats, like you see it. Also, I feel like we're just scratching the surface. Like everybody asks me like where I think this is gonna go and what it's gonna be, and like I don't really have an answer, because if you would have told people this is where the WNBA is, you know, 5 years ago, you would have said this is where we're gonna be now. People probably wouldn't have believed you, because they never thought that was possible. They never thought people would buy tickets. They never thought we'd play on ABC. Never thought we'd be on ESPN. They never thought it'd be sold out arenas, or little kids wanted to wear WNBA jerseys, whatever it was. So I think it's hard to say where it's going to continue to grow. I think the smartest thing would be to get in now, because the price is only going up.
The price is going up. Maybe say 6 years ago, where the Women's Basketball National Championship could only be caught on ESPN2 or ESPN, and now they're putting it on ABC and broadcast networks, so everyone could see it in any home, whether or not you have cable.
Yeah.
That's changed the game.
So my first year in college, the NCAA tournament was during COVID. It was the first year they didn't have whip around coverage, where they actually aired an entire women's college basketball game in the NCAA tournament. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to think about. And the Fever, the team that I play for now, like, it was our 25th year. Like, 25 years is not that long, and Title IX's only been a thing for 50 years. So if you think about it, that's not that long of time. So it's really just the beginning. So I'm excited about where it's going to continue to go.
Caitlin Clark has just made history as the first WNBA player to win Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year award. Her incredible talent and leadership have propelled women's basketball into the spotlight, with record-breaking performances that have captivated fans across the nation. From her breathtaking deep three-pointers to her unforgettable NCAA tournament run with Iowa, Clark has become more than just an athlete. She's a cultural phenomenon and a symbol of progress in sports. The honor has not been without controversy. Sheryl Swoopes, a WNBA legend and trailblazer, has expressed skepticism about Clark's selection. Swoopes questioned whether the accolade was based solely on Clark's performance, or if her meteoric rise in popularity played a significant role. She also highlighted the achievements of other players, such as A'ja Wilson, who many believe had equally compelling cases for the award. These comments have ignited passionate debates among fans and analysts, touching on the nuances of how excellence is recognized in sports. Clark, however, has handled the criticism with poise. In a recent interview, she expressed deep respect for Swoopes, acknowledging the importance of differing perspectives in driving the conversation forward. Rather than focusing on the negativity, Clark emphasized the broader significance of her recognition. She credited the trailblazers who came before her and underscored her commitment to advancing opportunities for future generations of female athletes. Her maturity and humility have only further solidified her status as a role model and leader in the sports world.